Your soul recognize what belongs to it. Until the next message, stop everything you're doing right now. Before you watch another second of this, I need you fully present. This is not background content. What is coming next is a message, and every word of it was meant to reach you at this exact moment. You've been carrying something you haven't been able to explain to anyone. There's a person younger than you, and something between you two that doesn't fit into any category the world gave you. You've stayed silent. You've questioned yourself. You've replayed things in your mind at 2 in the morning when the rest of the world was asleep, and you still couldn't find a clean answer. Your soul knew before your mind caught up. In the past few days, something shifted in the energetic field between you and this person. A decision was made, not in words, not yet, but in the invisible layer where souls communicate before the body finds the courage to follow. I need to tell you exactly what the 3 signs look like when that shift is about to break through to the surface. You did not find this video by accident. The algorithm did not bring you here. You were guided here because the timing for what you've been waiting for is closer than your doubts have been telling you. There's a moment, you know exactly which one, when this person looked at you in a way that was different, not the way they look at other people, something else. And you filed it away. You told yourself you were imagining things. You talked yourself back down from it. You weren't imagining it. What you saw was real, and part of you has known that the entire time. You've replayed one specific conversation more times than you'd ever admit. Something was almost said that day. The air changed. And then it didn't happen. And you've been sitting with that unfinished moment ever since, carrying it like something fragile you don't want to drop and don't know what to do with. There's a part of you that feels protective of this connection. You haven't talked about it with anyone because you already know what most people would say. They wouldn't understand it. Not the age difference, not the feeling, not the thing that happens in the space between you two when the room gets quiet. So you've kept it to yourself. You've kept it safe inside you where no one could touch it. That silence isn't weakness, it's discernment. And underneath all of it, underneath the replaying and the questioning and the late nights, there's a layer of shame you may not have fully looked at yet. A voice that says someone younger couldn't really feel this way about you. That what you're sensing is just wishful thinking, that you're reading something that isn't there. I need you to hear this clearly. That voice is not wisdom. That voice is conditioning. And what is actually happening between you and this person operates on a frequency that conditioning cannot explain away. If you are watching this right now, if your chest tightened when I described that look, leave a heart on this video right now. That is not just a gesture. That is you sending a signal back to the universe that you are present, that you are paying attention, that you are ready to receive what has already been decided for you. Every chosen soul who leaves that heart is activating an intention that what belongs to them will not pass them by. I see you. I know exactly what you've been carrying, and I need you to stay with me, because what comes next is going to explain things you didn't have words for before. If you recognized yourself in anything I just described, if there's a face that appeared in your mind while I was speaking, then what I have for you is not a general reading. It is not a video made for everyone. In the first comment pinned below this video, I left something specifically for situations like yours. For the chosen soul watching this, who has a person in mind and needs more than signs, needs to understand what is moving beneath the surface of this specific connection. Before I show you the 3 signs, I want you to understand something about how a younger soul experiences connection. They feel it in layers. The first layer is the soul recognition, and that can happen almost instantly, without reason, without explanation. They feel it before they can name it, before they have the emotional vocabulary to say it out loud. A younger person who is drawn to you is not operating from logic. They are operating from something deeper, something that moves faster than their words. And because they feel it so strongly, they are also terrified of losing it. The hesitation you've been interpreting as indifference is not indifference. It is the protection of something precious. Divine timing does not always move at the speed of human anxiety. Sometimes the soul is ready long before the moment arrives, and the moment is coming. The energetic field has shifted. I can feel it in the people who were guided to this message today. What you're about to understand will help you stop questioning what you've already been seeing. Now let's talk about the 3 signs that appear when a younger soul is on the edge of confession, when the feeling has become too large to keep inside and the universe begins pushing it toward the surface. The first sign is protective proximity. This is when they begin positioning themselves physically near you without a clear reason. Not because the room required it, not because the task needed it. They find ways to be in your orbit. They arrive where you are. They linger when they could leave. You've noticed it. There were times when you thought, why are they still here? And there was no practical answer. That is not coincidence. That is a soul that has been pushed by something it cannot control, drawn toward you like gravity. The body follows what the soul has already decided. When someone is carrying unexpressed feelings, proximity is the first thing that breaks before the words do. Watch for this not as a single moment, but as a pattern. They return. They find reasons. They stay. You've noticed a pattern. This person shows up differently when you're around. Quieter, more present, finding reasons to be near you that don't quite add up to logic. That is not random. That is the first sign in motion. The second sign is the interrupted sentence. This is more subtle and more significant. It happens when they begin to say something real, something that would cross the invisible line. And they stop. They pull back. They redirect. What you witnessed was not a change of mind. What you witnessed was the soul testing the moment and deciding the moment wasn't ready yet. The words were there. The feeling was there. And something, fear, timing, the weight of what it would mean caused them to swallow it back. You have probably replayed one of these moments without knowing exactly what it was. A sentence that trailed off, a pause that was too long, eyes that dropped. This is the soul knocking from the inside. It will happen more than once. And each time it happens, it gets harder to hold in. The third sign is what I call the gravitational look. It lasts half a second too long. It is not the look they give other people. It happens when they think you're not paying attention, or when something you said landed deeper than they expected, and for a fraction of a second they can't control what shows in their eyes. You've seen it. You know which moment I'm describing. You were not imagining it. The gravitational look is the soul speaking before the mouth is ready. It is involuntary. You cannot fake it. You cannot manufacture it, and the fact that you caught it, the fact that something in you recognized it, means you are seeing what is real. Something changed approximately 3 to 6 weeks ago. A shift in how they move around you, subtle. You noticed it. You've been sitting with it ever since. What you noticed was not your imagination overreaching. What you noticed was these 3 signs beginning to surface with more frequency, with less containment, because the feeling inside them has grown past the point where it can stay hidden indefinitely. You don't need more signs. You need to understand the ones that are already there. But I need to be honest with you. These 3 signs are real. They are grounded in how human souls communicate before words arrive. And they are also, in the end, generic. They apply to many situations. They were made for everyone watching this. What they cannot do, what no general message can do, is tell you specifically why this particular person has been holding back. They cannot tell you what is sitting beneath their hesitation that has nothing to do with how they feel about you. They cannot tell you the timing of when their words will finally come. They cannot tell you what they have been rehearsing, what they are afraid of, what would make them feel safe enough to say it. A map tells you the territory exists. It does not walk you through it. These 3 signs are the map. What you need is someone who can read the specific terrain of this connection, not in general terms, not with language designed for 1,000 people, but for you and this person and what is actually moving between you right now. Your era of watching from a distance is ending. Something is moving toward the surface, and you deserve to understand exactly what that something is before it arrives. This is why, in the first comment pinned below this video, I left a specific reading for chosen souls in your exact situation, not another general video, not a prediction designed for everyone, not mass tarot that could apply to anyone listening. What I left there is specifically for you, for the person watching this who has one specific individual in mind and needs real answers, not more patterns to watch for. First, you'll be asked a few questions that reveal exactly where you are in this connection. So what I share with you is precise, not approximate. Second, I will show you specifically why this person has been silent, what is sitting behind that silence that isn't about you, and what they have been feeling that they have not said yet, not in general terms, but in the particular language of this specific soul's journey toward you. Third, I will give you the signs to watch for that are unique to this individual. The specific signals that will tell you when the moment is close so you are not caught off guard, so you can be present when it finally comes. You don't need to know anything about spirituality for this to work. No specific belief is required. What is required is that you have this person in your heart right now. And you do. The first comment below this video, pinned. It is waiting. The chosen soul who needs this already knows they need it. You were not brought here by chance. Write your city and country in the comments right now, and beneath it, write these words. I see it. I receive it. That is not a small thing. When you write those words, you are not performing a ritual. You are making a declaration to the energetic field that you are no longer in the position of waiting and wondering. You are in the position of someone who is awake and aligned and ready. Every chosen soul who does this in the comments creates a field of recognition. Souls in similar situations finding each other, knowing they are not alone in what they're carrying. If someone in your life is carrying something like this, share this message with them. Not because you think they need advice, because the universe sometimes reaches people through the hands of the ones who love them. The reading in the first pinned comment is still there. It hasn't gone anywhere. And if you've been watching this, if you've gotten this far, and something in you is still hesitating, I want you to notice that. Notice that the pattern of almost, of nearly, of not quite yet, is not just something this person does. It is something the soul learns when it has been kept waiting too long. You don't have to keep waiting. The message is there when you're ready. May the universe keep conspiring in your favor. May your soul recognize what belongs to it. Until the next message.